back with another one. This one might come out a little late night, but I just wanted to get these out because there's so many clips to this podcast. You guys know me, Coach Colin, coolest high performance coach in the world. And if you want the absolute best insights of the podcast and videos you love, hit that subscribe button. And also, Soul Not For Sale. I just like to mention that just so they know. You know who they are. We are watching Michael Shellenberger. It's episode 1963. We're at 18 minutes, 22 seconds, and you're about to hear Michael Shellenberger talk about the top 3, I believe, disinformation campaigns that are going on. And then Joe Rogan brings up something that I don't think enough people talk about. So let's get right into it. This is a great episode. Let's switch over here. Let's get it.
6 million people saw the ads.
Right.
Because it's like your feed is, remember, that was social.
Of course.
Facebook has changed. So, yeah, I mean, there's 3 big disinformation campaigns that were run by, frankly, the U.S. government and their allies. The first was the Russia hoax, the idea that Russians controlled Donald Trump and won him the election. The second was the Hunter Biden laptop. And the third is that COVID that the idea that it's a conspiracy theory to even imagine that COVID could have emerged from a lab. There's others, including, we can talk about, there was this effort to basically smear a bunch of ordinary conservative or Trump supporting Twitter users as Russian bots.
Yeah.
But basically, you have active disinformation campaigns being run by the U.S. government and U.S. government contractors against the American people on these issues at the same time that they're demanding censorship. So you have propaganda on the one hand and censorship on the other.
Well, here's what appears to be dangerous to me. There doesn't seem to be any repercussions for doing these things. This is scary because it's shifting a narrative. So in step 1, the Hunter Biden laptop, or example 1 rather, the Hunter Biden laptop, no one's in trouble, right?
No
one's in trouble. No one from the FBI is in trouble. No one loses their job. No one gets reprimanded. No one gets, brought before the American people and said, you failed us. Not only did you fail us, you betrayed us because you knew this was not true, and you allowed someone whose son has deep ties to both Ukrainian and Chinese companies that were paying him for influence. And it appears, at least by some of these emails, that some of that money went to the actual vice president of the United States, which is fucking wild.
Yes.
That no one is and then the crazy thing is, one of the things about having a right and a left is that whenever there's information that's inconveniently bad for that one side, particularly the left, you don't hear a fucking peep about it on the media.
Right.
It's dismissed. It's like, they'll talk about it like someone said someone talked about the Hunter Biden laptop and said it was like half fake. That was like a term. AOC. Half fake. That's right. That is such a horrible violation of the trust that the people who elected you put in you. You have access to all the information. You have access to that actual fucking laptop.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, I have access to it too.
Yeah.
A lot of people have access to it. If you wanted to. I said I don't want to look at it. I was like, I don't want to look at that fucking thing. I don't want to see this guy getting foot jobs from hookers in Vietnam, smoking street crack. It's crazy. Whatever he did. But
wow. So that's actually a really big thing that I just want to touch on really quick. That Joe actually has, like, he could have actually, and still can, do a whole episode just on he could sit there with Jamie and they can just go through it together. He just call up Matt Taibbi, Michael Shellenberger, and just have a fight companion, but instead it's a Hunter Biden laptop companion. I don't know why he doesn't do that. Oh man, it would be absolutely wild. I would love to see that. But back to the point at hand, the fact that there's no accountability is the biggest thing. And we don't talk about that enough. Like, I notice because there's a left and a right side that we kind of sit back and if something happens to the left, they get exposed for something. The right just kind of says, yeah, see? And if something happens with the left, they just go, oh, look at this, see? But nobody ever gets called, like the people don't call for accountability. The people just kind of sit back and wait for their side to retaliate in a sense. And that really has to stop. Again, I've said this before in videos. If we just put aside that right and left nonsense and just step back and just say, we're the people. That's it. We're the people. And we're seeing you guys do things, and we're seeing you guys do some things. And you know what? We've heard that certain things have come out that are basically illegal, that are basically crimes. And we think that someone should be called to account right now. We think somebody should either be taken out of the government, just lose your job. We don't need you here for another 40 years if you're already doing things that are illegal, or if you've been here for 40 years and you've been doing things that are illegal, we need you out, or we need you in jail. Like one of the two. Like if everybody could just get together, again, I always bring up that divide and conquer. If people could just get past that whole group think, I'm on this side, I'm black, I have my own experience that nobody understands, I'm white, I have my own experience. If we could just come together and just say, forget all that, let's focus on these guys. That's it. Let's just focus on these guys. We could call some of them into account. We can make somebody take responsibility. But as long as we're so divided, that'll never happen. You know why? Because when something happens in terms of the left government, the Democrats, when something happens with those people, the right, in terms of the people, they want somebody to be held accountable. But because we're divided, and there's a bunch of people on the left saying, no, that's fake, that's this, that's that, no, we can never call these guys. It's like, you ever watch Jerry Springer? And you're seeing some guy and he's brought some girl here and then another girl comes out and they just start fighting. And it's like he cheated on both of them. Neither of them knew about each other. He's been cheating on both of them. But yet they just fight. They don't even look to him at all. And it's always, this has actually happened on that show. It's always the sweetest episodes when they both just look and go, what are you? They just both turn to him and go, okay. What did you do? And all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're throwing chairs and everything. We need that type of Jerry Springer moment in society where we just stop fighting each other and just look at them and be like, we want somebody held accountable. We know what happened. We've heard what happened. We don't want your explanations. We don't want your press conferences. We just want right now, whoever knew about this first, we want you held accountable. Whichever organizations did, we want the people who were we want you out in the open. We're not going to hurt you. We want you gone. And every single time you guys do something like this, you're gone. So if you like your jobs, right? The people are the boss. Just act like you're the boss. Just be like, listen, you do this again, you're out. And it's like, well, how are you going to fire us? We're the people. We could fire the entire government if we really wanted to. Like, people should have that mentality. But again, people look at Joe Biden like he's Kobe Bryant, like he's LeBron James. Oh, that's my guy. They look at Trump like he's Michael Jordan. Oh, that's I'll back him all the time. I can't wait to see him play. It's like, it's lost, man. It's lost. But I just wanted to play that. Yeah, great episode. I'm telling you guys, check this episode out. It's episode 1963. If you want that timestamp where they're talking about this, it's 18 minutes, 0 seconds, all the way up to 22 minutes, 0 seconds. That'll give you the full clip that I was going off just now. All right. I'm out of here.